Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chef's Meal, where we talk about whatever and never and everything else in between. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're out in the building. Welcome to the Chef's Meal. My name is Casey.
Yeah, my name is Sean, and we're two chefs just going on about our lives, one finished plate at a time.
Now, we talk about whatever and never and everything else in between. Now, today's a special episode, as you guys can tell. Actually, you won't be able to tell, but this first episode is gonna be on the Patreon page. Sean and I are actually live on, like, we're on a live stream right now. You can see our faces, our beautiful morning faces. When I say 6:30 in the morning, it is 6:30 in the morning, and Sean is barely awake.
I can still taste the toothpaste. It's right, right
there. It's right there. Okay, gotcha. Now, Sean, a question for you. Do you know any other names for pork?
Wow.
Or pig?
Lechon? Is that right?
Is that French?
I think I know it's a dish. My sister makes a dope pernil.
Okay.
So
yes, that's the Spanish one. So there's also cochon in French, right? And cerdo in Spain. Also Malay, I think that's how you pronounce it. I forget what country that is from. And then baboy, which is Tagalog, and buta in Japanese. I don't know why I'm asking you for the names of pork, but it's
just trying to get this firing. That's
what
I see.
You know, it's just
intelligent design.
yeah. Oh man. So we're just kind of chilling about, but it's like a big thing all together over there. When I was in New Orleans, whole bunch of just restaurants, a whole bunch of just thing. And one of my absolute favorite restaurants there, it's called Cochon, just pork and French. But let's get into the meat and potatoes, shall we? Oh, with that crazy transition. I know, mind blown. Sean, I was on vacation.
You were.
Right? I was on vacation. We just kind of chilling. How was things at the restaurant side? How are your events? I know your face is delicious right now.
So one thing I will always say is 10 fingers, 10 toes. And you left with 10 fingers and 10 toes, and we literally returned you with 9 fingers, 10 toes.
Yeah.
Check it out now.
It was I kind of want to get into it right away, but I kind of don't want to. Just for a second.
Okay.
Because like I can tell you what happened to mine, but I wanna know what happened on your end. How was the move?
Microphone checker.
It was wow. It's funny because like I'm sure to like the listeners, this is just like a week later, but for me, this is like week 3 that we've been here.
Oh, week 3.
No sleep till.
We had some bumps. In the process. So like we paid for movers. But like most movers, like they didn't show up on time. Like they quoted us, they were gonna be there from 2 p.m. to 6, and I mean, no joke, we moved like 4 blocks. So, and I had to damn near all the boxes. You know, when we were all said and done, it was 65 boxes, and since it was 4 blocks away, my cousin and I, we were using our cars to make mini runs of all the stuff that we could carry around the corner, just making loops back and forth. So, you know, started at like 9 in the morning, like 1:30. I'm like, all right, let me slow down. I'm getting tired. He's getting tired. These guys are supposed to show up. So they call us and they're like, oh yeah, you know, it's the weekend, the end of the month. You know, it's a lot of business. We're half hour away. They kept on being half hour away, and they didn't show up till 6:15.
Wow.
V is pissed. My parents are like tired because they came to watch like the baby. They drove like hours, away. They were intending. They made dinner reservations to kind of get something nice to eat on the way out of town. The house got messed up.
Wow.
And then they finally show up, and my wife was just like, "What's going on?" They gave her an attitude, like she's about to like explode, and I'm just like, we just need them to move these things. Like we could deal with their attitude, we could deal with their customer service once they get all the stuff in the house. But
check it out now.
So the one thing I would say about them is like, despite their terrible attitude, they move quick. So we were able to they packed up everything, and I feel like everything was on the truck and ready to come around the corner by like 7:30. But they got everything inside the house. Guys were like breaking things down while other guys were loading stuff. It was really efficient. But the problem is, when we got here, we have a super, super long couch, and the doorway to our space is like really, really narrow, and then there's like a small turn.
Okay.
There was like no way physical they could get that couch in the house. I mean, like at this point, like my wife is pissed. She thinks that they're like, they just don't want to do it. It's late. We're all cranky. I'm out there with tape measures trying to figure out like, if you twist it this way and you get it that way. My father's out there, same thing. He's just like, well, what if you, and sure enough, like it just would not come in the house. So
wow. Did it get in the house though?
Crew, it did.
Okay.
Free bird.
V comes down. She's like, no, you have to show me. You have to show me it doesn't fit. These guys are tired. It's super late. It's dark. And so finally one of the guys pulls me aside and he's like, look, like you really got two options. He was like, you could get rid of the couch.
What?
Or, he was serious because, I mean, legitimately, as long as it was not going to come in through that doorway. And there's another doorway, but the stairwell is even twistier, so it was going to happen that way. So he's like, look, there's this people that call like the couch doctors. He's like, it's not cheap, but they will cut your couch.
What?
Really, like they will show up, they will cut your couch down, they will reattach it, reupholster it, and it'll be like you never missed anything.
Okay.
So sure, it's like 10 o'clock Saturday night. I'm calling these people. I know I woke some dude up out of his sleep. I'm like, hey man, happy life, man. I need you. Like I need you to show up. He's like, I'll be here in the morning about 10. And sure enough, like they were coming in as I was leaving to go back to the restaurant because I had to work the next day. And I feel like an hour and a half, they like cut down the couch, broke it down, reassembled it. And, I feel like by 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, as I was pulling up to the restaurant, I had a picture of my wife and my daughter sitting on the couch inside the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, again, it wasn't cheap. And, I saw, like, quality examples of their work and good testimonials. But shout out to the couch doctors. I think they're based out of Long Island. But they showed up, handled their business, and well worth the price.
Well, there you go. Well, today's meal is presented to you by the Couch Doctors. If you need
for real.
Hey man, if you need to get your couch inside your apartment, especially if you're in the New York City area, and Sean can attest to it because he's there. I don't have the pleasure of working with him because I never had to call him because we're in Jersey, pretty much everywhere is not too insane. You can fit most couches and it's not too hectic. But yeah, that's pretty nuts, man. I'm glad that it happened out. Yeah. It's glad that it
it looks like it's worked out. Like, I mean, we really, really love this place. There's a lot of space, baby's moving around, so there's a lot of room for her to move around and do what she's got to do.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So like as we're talking, right? So now I want to give you another meal. So as you can actually see, can you check this out? Can you see this?
Ooh.
Can you?
Ooh. What is that?
That is the new merch. No, I'm kidding. This is
Oh, okay. I was about to say I need one of those.
I eventually want to make one. So this is another story for another day. I'll tell you all about this one. But what I wanted to tell you was this meal is presented to you by the good old country of California, and I say country, and that's a whole story altogether. So what I want to share with you today is some of the not mishaps, some of the adventures. That's what I was trying to say. Some of the adventures of my trip, this 2 week trip that I went to. We took a road trip from here in Jersey all the way out to Portland, Oregon. It took us 2 weeks, my wife and I, just eating our way silly all the way through, stopping at restaurants, seeing the sights. But the story I wanna have a premise to, the kind of so here's it is.
Nani?
My wife likes to listen to podcasts, and not just any podcast. And here's a shout out to Crime Junkies. If you guys haven't already, I'm gonna actually contact them, and because I think they will get a crack out of this. Crime Junkies podcast. They are a criminal, serial killer podcast, and they talk about just kind of everything that happened here in the States, some abroad, about serial killers, and it's true. Everything's factual. They do a lot of research. It's well produced, really, really great sounding podcast too. So if you guys haven't check them out. Crime Junkies. I'll have their link on the description below. But as we're going through the United States of America,
Wow.
in our beautiful state, we're in California, and the background of the story is for Crime Junkies, all of the serial killers that they talk about is like Northern California, Oregon, Washington State, like the northern Northwest, okay, or just out there in a country. So my wife and I are driving up from San Francisco. We only had a one night over, but before that, we were actually stopped. We were supposed to stop at another location right before San Francisco. But it was in the mountains. No! So Sean, here's the thing for you, right? We're driving, and it's beautiful. It's windy roads up a mountain. It's gorgeous, but
Those are my favorite roads to drive.
I know. Oh my God, it's amazing. Right before into it, we lost Wi-Fi because you're in the mountains. Who has Wi-Fi in the mountains? No! Unless you're a different provider. We have T-Mobile. But anyway. We're going up.
Sure.
It took us 45 minutes to climb this mountain. 18 miles. Literally, you can't go any faster than 25 miles an hour. You're kind of going up. We're still listening to Crime Junkies. Okay? Talk about serial killers, somebody getting murdered, whatever. It was a different version. When we get up to the Airbnb, I lost my shit. Because Sean... It looked like, or rather, it sounded like a scene from Crime Junkies.
Nani?
Like, I'm like, yo, we're like out in the neck woods. It is mad sketchy. I'm not even gonna tell you what part of California that is or where the B&B is.
Now you need to warn the people.
Yo, okay, it's like you pull up, you're in a cul-de-sac. We're in a out in the woods somewhere, and the first thing that the woman said, the host, she's like, oh, don't worry about that pile over there. It's just the bears kind of come and go around.
No, God, please, no.
And I was like, I wasn't even looking at it. There was a pile of meat and shit, just and I'm like, yo, we're gonna get murdered. I'm like, Sean, I kid you not, I looked at my wife, Caitlin, was like, okay. She's having a good time. And then the host, then I was like, hold on, I gotta take my dogs out. The dogs come out, and they were huskies, beautiful dogs.
Okay.
Apparently she goes out and rides the dogs. So this woman is like a Himalayan, apparently. Where they do sledding and shit up there. But it's so man, it just didn't give off the good vibes. So when we got into the room, it felt like a Motown 6, a scene from the movies where they're gonna kill you in the back of your head. That's how it felt.
Sure.
Like. Yeah. I'm like, babe, look, I understand that this is a beautiful spot like you found, but I don't feel comfortable. And we've been listening to Crime Junkies for the past 6 hours. All of that is just going through my brain. I don't want to stay here. I think that we're gonna get murdered.
Press fast forward.
I don't want to stay here. She looked at me with the most thoughtful face. She's like, look, we'll go see the Sequoia Forest, which is, I don't know, that's where we were in the area. We did that for about an hour, and then we bounced right out of the mountain. Just, I was like, I don't care. It's like we'll find something
Anywhere else
out
to be.
anywhere else, but here I don't want to get murdered. I really do not want to get murdered. And here's the second part of the story. So now we're in San Francisco. We spent the day. Beautiful, amazing. Now we're driving up to the last Airbnb before we hit Oregon. Okay. It should only take us about 5 hours. That's what the GPS said. We're going up. I-89 is the interstate highway to go up to Oregon. And then Oregon is Junction 5. So you're kind of going up this way, like northwest, and then Junction 5 is like northeast and up.
Okay.
To go up to it.
Check it out now.
As we're going up, and here's the main story. We hit a bear. We hit a bear. A big black furry thing came out of the ground. So I'm gonna set you the story. We're driving 60 miles an hour. Just cruise control. It's a beautiful country. If you guys ever do drive up there, do drive, but just be wary of really large animals. We're going, and within it, from my perspective, sitting on the car, it looked like 30 feet ahead, just about 30 feet. And everybody knows at 60 miles an hour, you cannot stop that fully at 30 feet. No. It's just, you're going to plow through it. It's, oh my God. Anyway, I see the bear kind of do this, like out of the, it felt like a movie. Just went like this. And in my head, I heard, like, you know, the bear sound like you hear from movies. And it started to gallop into the freeway. And I looked at my wife. I looked at the bear. I looked at her again. I'm like, babe, I love you. That's in my head. There's no words translating. Right. It felt like forever. My arm went this way to kind of brace her, and she's freaking the hell out. I'm freaking out inside. Yeah, I'm freaking out. One hand on the steering wheel, the other hand on my wife, in my brain, and I'm like, I love you. This is probably it. We're gonna get killed by a bear. The bear literally hopped on, and in about 2 more seconds, bam, just like that. And the sound was almost like you know how you get a flashbang sound?
Yeah.
Ringing everywhere. Ringing. The car is making this weird sound that I've never heard of anything. The seatbelt buckles, apparently, when you get into an accident.
Yeah, it's going to keep you in place.
It just stretched way the hell in. The seatbelt bags kind of just boom. Not the seatbelt bags. The airbags puffed out. I got hit in the face. She got smacked.
Yeah. And
then, if you guys have never been into an accident, when the airbags deploy, lots of smoke comes from the airbags.
Got to displace that gas really quick so they expand, because they got to stop your momentum from like slamming into like the dashboard or the steering wheel or glass
or something. So and here's the second part of my brain. As I can see the bear kind of go, the head, or should I say the upper torso, was above the dash. So it's a pretty decent bear, and we hit that straight on. Now,
so you just head on.
I didn't even swerve. Wow. I didn't do anything. I just plowed, but I did brake as fast as I could. I tried to, because at 60 miles an hour, I mean, we could have died, you know. But I think what saved us is just that little bit of the pump of the brake as fast as I could.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it did. Your car nosed down a little bit.
Nose down, hit you and kind of out. And then, so here's the second scene. It's just like, it feels like everything's blaring. Bah, 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 going. My wife is freaking. My arm's still this way. I'm going like this. I was like, hold on, let me try to pull over. She's trying to roll down the damn window, and I'm going like this, like it's an old analog. It's not. it's a it's it's an automatic. But I'm like, hold on, don't do that. In my brain now, words are actually coming out of my mouth. I was like, don't do that, just in case the actual like parent bear is like chilling out there, which would be like a ton bigger than the one we just kind of collided through. Like, let me just pull out to the side. I'll open my side because it came from passenger side, so I know there's nothing on this side on my end. So we're going maybe, I don't know, a quarter mile down or even shorter. Just it felt like 10 seconds. I pulled over. I rolled down again. I rolled down my window and just let all that smoke out. And then I was afraid. I was like, shit, what if the bear's like right in the front? You know, it's a massive bear. Like... I don't know. It's like, what the fuck, yo? You just hit me. I'm about to come wreck your face. But lo and behold, I look up my rear view and I can see the bear kind of splayed out on the other side. So the bear passed away. The car,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace. You know, just kind of, it was a crazy situation, Sean. Now we call 911, and we're just gonna do story time because this is a whole kind of thing. We call 911.
Okay.
Bro, it took them 40 minutes because we are in hard country up in California. And then remember how I told you in the beginning of the show, Crime Junkies is like right here, right in my brain.
It's just fresh in your mind because you guys been ingesting this for hours on the road.
Sean, it's been 18 episodes. We've listened to 18 hours of Crime Junkies. All right, I love this. I love their episode. That might be the
bravest thing you did on your trip.
And I'm like, I still remember all the episodes. They're like, Northern California, Washington, Oregon State, blah, blah, blah. Serial killers from like the 80s, the 70s. Literally all from here. And I'm like, oh my God, somebody's going to stop by. We're like,
it's just too much, man. Like,
I feel like
I like even watch like 2 episodes of like Law and Order in a row, I'm like, did someone tint the windows? It's so dark in here.
Yo, it is. Oh my God, I'm freaking the hell out. I'm like, somebody's gonna pick us up with a gun. We're gonna get shot and murdered. That's what's going through my brain. Not even a bear that we just hit. This fucking podcast. And like, again,
that's literally every horror movie. 2 city slickers show up, you get into a car accident, you need help. There's gonna be a dude with a gun. He's like, I'll take you in, and then you're fighting for your life for the next 72 hours.
Oh my God. And just be like taken, you know, there's a little fun. But anyway, we're going 40 minutes for the police to appear. And I don't know if you knew this, if you call 911 and you don't have service, there's no service. It will try, the 911 call will refresh everywhere. It will even drop your carrier. So it will go through whoever's carrier that can get the call in.
Sure.
So if it's, I don't know, if it's Sprint or if it's Verizon that has a better signal there, it will switch to that frequency, to that carrier. Okay. So you can make the 911 call free of charge. Because that's just how...
Yeah.
I had no idea. It was cool. I learned that from Crime Junkies.
I mean, it would be pretty tragic for them to be like, but you're on Verizon, so please hold.
Like, please hold. Okay, so here's the third part. The police comes in. He's like, hey, I see your car. Are you guys okay? It's like, yeah, we're fine. And he goes, where's the bear? I was like, I'm pretty sure you can see it. Just like
the bear
over there. And he goes, you sure it's not a deer? I'm like, sir, it's a big black thing with fur all over, big, brown snout. I think it's a bear. Pretty sure it's a bear.
Come on, man. You know it's a bear.
It looked like a bear. And he goes, have you seen the front of the car yet? And I'm like, I don't. Is it? Now, no. I know the bear's not in the front, okay? Because he came on the south side, so he came in front of us instead of behind us. I'm still freaking out. He's like, step out. So I come out, and I showed you some pictures on my phone.
Yeah, I saw them.
And I'll post it to our Patreon page so the people can actually see. But I took out some bear guts and some hairs. That way it's not so graphic. But I still have to take pictures for the insurance company. So as we're going about, and I'm like, damn, the whole front of it, like kind of smushed in just ever so slightly, just like that, but still drivable. And that's what we kind of got into. None of the axles got smudged in. It was just the front bumper, just kind of ever so slightly. The hood kind of bent, but it was still closing, so we were fine. He goes, it should take about 8 to 10 days for the police report to kind of go through. Here's the information. Keep this for your insurance, etc. And then he said, pull into town about 10 minutes that way. There's a town apparently. Just 10 minutes that way. Park there and then call your stuff. Leave your blinkers on. You can't do anything about your seatbelts, but just, drive a little slower. I was like, okay.
I'm surprised they let you drive with the deployed airbag.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, far country, Sean.
I guess. So I would just think like, all right, worst case scenario, you got into yet another accident.
Yeah. And they're like, kind of screwed. You don't have an airbag, right?
Yeah, nothing going on, right?
So we pull into town. We called all the prospective media and all our insurance and stuff. And my favorite, because we are from New Jersey, I'm calling on the Jersey number. I'm assuming it went through the New Jersey line because I called Enterprise on that side. He goes, or the lady goes, how can I help you today? I was like, yeah, we just got into an accident. We kind of hit a bear. And we have the police report, like, we want to file, et cetera, et cetera. She goes, a deer? I'm like, no, ma'am, a bear with a B, a bear. And she's like, where are you guys? She's like, you're in Jersey right now, Teaneck? I was like, no. We are in Northern California, out on a road trip. She's like, oh, that's kind of weird, but okay, kind of makes sense. I was like, yeah. Like, I don't know what to tell you. We hit a bear. So here we go. We're driving. It's about an hour and a half to get to Medford, Oregon. So now we're in 5. We switched over. We're driving. The car is drivable, so it's not bad. Okay. Like it doesn't even feel.
I'm still amazed that they let you drive at all.
Like it doesn't even feel like it doesn't feel anything that is wrong with it. It just kind of except for the airbags, it just kind of deployed on my side and her side. Smoke everywhere, by the way. It felt like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy that they were just like, yeah, just get into town, like.
They're like, yeah, fine, it's okay. It's it's okay, it's fine. So we're going. So Sean, now it's not deer crossing going out from California. When we switched to Oregon, it is now elk crossing. The bigger version of the damn thing with horns.
With everything is big in Pacific Northwest. Like, it's a crazy place in terms of the flora and fauna.
Now Kaylin goes, you want to listen to Crime Junkies? I'm like, no. I do not want to listen to Crime Junkies. So we're kind of going and elk crossing, and now we're PTSD, and I use that term not loosely. Like now I jolt. Even when I'm driving, like last night I saw, I think it was like a raccoon or something. I literally went, because it's gonna take a while for the thing to kind of go away. I'm like,
what a raccoon is, right?
I know what a raccoon is, Sean.
It's the hand washing bear.
It's a hand washing bear.
That bear called ahead to check up. He was like, no, he's still out there.
And it's the one that looks like Hamburglar. I just jolt, no matter what it is. So I'm in a car, something comes, I'm like, that's how it feel now. So we're going elk crossing, and we actually saw an actual elk going down this hill, and it's just chilling. And I thought it was as you're passing Oregon, there's kind of statues and stuff on the side of the road, just like big things like made out of metal. It's weird, but whatever. I thought it was one of those, but it was so massive. It's just chilling, looking. And I was like, oh.
Did the Jurassic Park music play?
It should have. Because, oh,
As you came over the hill, you're just like...
I was like, oh my God, that's it. We're driving an hour and a half up. 15 minutes in, or 15 minutes before we hit airport, Medford, Oregon, the car then goes, the lights were now blinking, and the inside, it was just like firing everywhere.
Yeah.
Gas is not working. Like, and good thing we were on a downhill for like a good 20 minutes, not uphill, because that would have been least beneficial. I pulled to the side. Now we call it AAA. And that's when I finally took out my phone. I'm like, hey, listen, this is what happened. So I'll play that little snippet on my thing on Patreon or on somewhere else. Or I'll link a video because I'm going to make a separate YouTube video for it. And I kind of go through the motions. Caitlin's still shook. She looked like she just woke up. Somebody smacked her in the face, and she looked like that the entire 4 hours. Because that's just how it felt like. Driving.
Yeah, because I mean, an airbag, like, it just puts you in a different fight. It's the fight to save your life, but like, you get hit so that you stay in place. So yeah, I'm sure she's just like,
yeah, we were both like this. Now the AAA guy comes about an hour later, and we were there on the side of the road with blinkers on. And here's the second part: an Oregon police sheriff department stopped by. He goes, are you guys okay? He's like, this is not from a crash like right now. I was like, no. We hit a bear just about an hour and a half, into California. And he was like, a deer? Again, it's like, sir, it's a bear.
There's a bear.
Yeah, there's still guts and blood in the front that you can check out, and some hair that I can show you. He's like, okay, I'm just making sure you guys are fine. Did you guys call AAA or whatever? It's like, yeah, we're good. He's like, I'll be patrolling. I'll wrap around in a couple hours. If you guys are still here, I'll stop by, see you, check out. I was like, okay, thank you so much. And then he pulls out. Whatever. Now the AAA guy comes in. Needless to say, he goes the same exact thing. Those freaking deers, man. I'm like, no. Bear. He goes, big black furry thing. Is like, yeah. He's like, he's been there for 40 years. He's never seen a bear cross into the freeway, and you just kind of smack it. And he goes, but it's not.
Did you kill Bigfoot? Like, why is everyone so confused by the fact that there was a bear there?
Yeah, it's just a bear. And then he goes, I mean, it's actually not that weird. He goes, one of my buddies last week hit a fucking cow. And I'm like, a cow? He's like, yeah, the one that goes moo. It got away from like the encapsulation or whatever, and it went into the freeway. And he said his buddy was drunk. He could have avoided it, but he plowed right the hell in. And a cow. He hit a cow on a freeway. But we're going into Medford, Oregon. Took us about 30 minutes with the driver there. We're switching, and then one final thing to you, Sean. The woman at the desk at Enterprise. She's like, you guys are coming in late. I was like, well, not really. We're kind of driving up. She said, where'd you guys were from? I was like, well, we're from Jersey. We're driving up. We just passed California. We're now in Oregon. We're going to Portland tomorrow. This will be, it's like our little stop.
Wow.
She goes, what happened to the car? I was like, oh, kind of got into an accident. Just, we hit a little animal. She's like, oh man, poor deer. Caitlin goes, it's a bear. There's one guy in the airport just kind of chilling. He's like, what the hell? It's like, yeah, we hit a bear, and I showed some pictures. I was like, here's what happened. The car at the time has 4,000 miles on it. It was brand new, so we literally put 4,000 miles before we hit this bear. But yeah, so that's the long-winded story of it. I know I told you kind of a short story of the bear encounter.
Yeah, you fleshed it out.
But we could have died, and it's no joke. I never got into an accident, so this is like the first for me. At least hitting a bear or hitting an animal. first hitting an animal. And do yourself a favor. Don't listen to criminal podcasts
Don't
or
do it.
serial killer podcasts.
You gotta space them out, man.
Yeah. So shout out to Crime Junkies. I love you guys. Like I said, I'll make sure to link all this stuff. But Sean, I know that was kind of a long-winded discussion today. But do you have any final tips or closing?
Wow. Yeah.
Hold on.
Tip is
Let me switch to the new. Okay. Final tip is
wear your seatbelt. Like seriously, wear your seatbelt. Like don't be cute. Wear your seatbelt. Like it literally can save your life.
Okay, I'm kind of looking it up right now. Seatbelts. So there's a 2-point. There's a 3-point. There's a 4 and 5, 6-point. You see this, Sean?
Right. Yeah. The little cross harness for like racing and such. Yeah. Nah, man. I don't care how many points your seatbelt has. Like, buckle up. Just do it.
Yeah. Caitlin came out with a little bruise. So on her left hip, something must have.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. I came out unscathed. Like I thought something was broken, but you would feel right away if something is broken. But it was just such a shock that I don't know. Maybe I am hurting somewhere. I have no idea. But to her, it was instant. Like you can see bruises on her hip.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at your next doctor's appointment, mention it, No, because again, it's just like you hit a bear and you got hit by an airbag that had to deploy in milliseconds at 60 miles per hour. Like, you don't think about the science that's behind all the chemical reaction. That's why there's like so much smoke and stuff. It's just because like it has to stop your body from continuing to move at 60 miles per hour through space. You have to just stop it. Boom. And like seeing like an airbag deploy is scary, but you're on the other side. So yeah, everyone, man, like wear your seatbelts, pay attention. When you're going on car trips, take a second to inspect the outside of your car. Hey man, if your brakes are feeling weird, go get them checked out. Because again, like little stuff like that is what could save your life.
Yeah, man. Just be careful, be safe. Try your best as much as you can. And my tip, or rather, they tell you this when you're learning to drive first, or kind of you're a new driver. If you are going to hit an animal or whatever, don't swerve. Literally go through, because even if there's traffic on the left side, you won't know. But just as much as possible, try to use your brake, but do not do this, because you will actually, instead of just hitting the animal, and as bad as that sounds, you want to at least hit the animal and not another person to the left or right of you if you're in a freeway. Or in my case, it was just a one-way highway with the line straight out. There could have been a car going this way, and we would have collided if I were to swerve into the other lanes. So that's my tip for the day. But other than that, Sean, Chef Meal airs every Tuesday with Sean and I. This is, like I said, a special episode because you can actually see Sean and I on the screen right now. We are chilling. And Thursdays, we'll interview other podcasters. And if you haven't already, patreon.com/porkandwine. We'll fire up the webpage right here. And look at our single patron. I love you. I know who you. Hey, look, there's some good stuff on here. Only if you're a member that you'll be able to unlock that. We'll post that on the weekly. But we'll give you extra details and all the extra tidbits you cannot get anywhere else.
So if you like what you've been listening to, how could you not? Just continue to tune in, share, like, and subscribe to the pod, and support us, however you can. Hit us up with any comments, any suggestions about anything. Obviously this episode was about road trips and car accidents, and while they're unfortunate, it's something to learn from. So if you've got any stories of making it through, let us know. All links to our socials and the emails and the links right below.
Right below. And if you actually need some computer knowledge, Sean is a whiz at it. So I actually
sometimes.
Man, shut your face. He went to school for it. He's pretty crazy.
Sometimes.
Other than that, we are out.
All right. Till next time. Peace out, internet.